What would you do if you had unlimited time and unlimited money? Like a serious question, like if you were bankrolled by the richest dude on planet Earth and you had just tons of time to do whatever you wanted, what would you do? So the reason I ask this question is because it's a helpful way to figure out what to do now when you don't have unlimited time and unlimited amounts of money. Some examples of this would be like, okay, if I was like loaded and I had tons of time, I would just go make sure that everybody had clean drinking water. Or I would travel the entire world. Or I would just draw all day and create illustrated children's books. So all of those things are amazing big things. But now ask yourself, okay, right now in my life, what is the version of that big thing here? Like, what does it look like here where I am in my life? Take that big thing and distill it down into where you can fit it into your life now. So as an illustrator, you might be able to work on your awesome illustrated children's books for half an hour every single day. As somebody who wants to travel the world, sure, maybe you can't do it in fancy hotels and, eat caviar and be on massive boats. Maybe you've only got 3 weeks of leave per year. Well, plan. Save up all of your hard-earned dollars. And then go stay in hostels for 3 weeks. That is a version of that big thing that you can fit into your current life. If you want to help people who have, water shortages in their countries and you don't have the time or the money for that, maybe giving $50 to help projects that do the same thing is all that you can do right now. For me, what this looked like a couple of months ago was, okay, I know what this looks like. I want a whole bunch of people to work for me to take my ideas and make them come to life. Like I have fashion ideas, I have like paint ideas, I have book ideas, class ideas, app ideas, website ideas. I have so many ideas and I'm ADD. So I can start one thing and then move on to something else, then move on to something else. And I hardly ever finish any project. I have like 45 projects in my mind right now that I just need to get out onto paper. It's intense. So that's what I said to myself. If I had unlimited time, unlimited amount of money, I would have a bunch of people working for me and we would bring ideas to life. Sure, maybe not just my ideas, the best ideas. We would have an idea generating factory that turns those ideas into real things. And sure, some of them would be epic failures, but we would be a production house. We would be machines. It would be awesome. So how can I take that into my current life? Well, that's really difficult, right? Like, I have not so much money. I have not so much time. How do I employ people? No, you don't employ people. You work on one idea at a time. You outsource things as much as possible. So right now, I'm not doing my social media stuff. My wife's doing it, which was really hard for me to let go of. I'm not doing a bunch of other client work because I want to focus on my ideas, which means I don't have a lot of money coming in from clients. But I get to feel alive. I get to make my ideas happen. And I'm doing it little by little by little. And so I want you to do the same thing. Now, when asked this question, what would you do if you had unlimited time and unlimited amounts of money? For me, I have answers like this. I have tons of things that I want to do. But if you've been asked this for the first time, it can feel kind of overwhelming and you might be like, I would go eat that steak and that burger and I would travel in first class to the other side of the world. I would go to space. But I think within a year, you'd probably have done all the rich person things. You'd have stayed in the fancy places. You would have exhausted that bucket list and you'd be like, now what? Get to that stage. Get to that list. Now that you've experienced all of that kind of stuff, what next? What do you want to spend your everyday working life on? And this is really important to figure out because once you know this big thing that isn't constrained by budget or time, you can begin doing that and working on that today and tomorrow and the next day. it comes back, it relates to your why, your purpose, your reason for being. Some of us don't have that. And that's why questions like this help. It's like, oh, I don't need to focus on just paying the bills. What I really want to do is this big thing, is this idea, this theme. And so you bring that big idea and make it a smaller idea, or you bring that big theme and you get the essence of that big thing and you bring it into your life. So if you're brave, leave your big idea, that big thing, in the comments below. And then tell us what it looks like today. What does that big idea look like in your current life, with your current time, with your current amount of money? You might just inspire somebody else and change their life as well. All right, my name is Rich from Tap Tap Kaboom. I'll see you soon. Bye.